welcome to MS4, and today we're going to be talking about the new NARS Powermatte Lipstick. Now, I have a complicated relationship with NARS at the moment. They were cruelty-free, now they are not, and that was kind of a devastating moment to me, and I've gone through, and a lot of the NARS products have been decluttered or given a new home, but I keep holding on to a number of the lip products because I really do like some of their lip products. And with the lip products, I figure, well, they'll either age out, I will use them up, or some other brand that's nice and cruelty-free will push them out of my collection at some point in time. But they did get me with their sleek advertising for this new lipstick. Now, it looked like a cross between the 80s style and the Matrix. Like, everyone had dark sunglasses and it was all very so I've been very interested in some of the long wearing and things that are supposed to be transfer proof or transfer resistant lately, even though those may not be my favorite items for my lips. I love gloss. But I was thinking about taking you back through the NARS lip brands to tell you why I was so interested. I've been a fan of the Afterglow Lip Balm. I got a small sample of one from Sephora in their birthday gift, and I used all of it. And so I ended up purchasing some of the full sizes of those. This is a shade called Wicked, and because it's a balm, you're not getting a deep color payoff, but they have them in like the orgasm shade. I have that one, and a couple of others, and I really like wearing them. They're light shimmer because they're a glossy balm. They true to the name, Afterglow, but I really enjoy those, and so those I figure, like the small one that I used up totally, I will use these up. The Air Matte got pushed out by the Rare Beauty. These are both fairly light, moussey sorts of products. Let me swatch this one for you just so you can kind of see. Good color payoff, but they're barely there once you get them on your lips, and they dry down. They're very soft, spread out, and then they just stay there, and they're like you're wearing nothing on your lips. So with the Air Matte, Rare Beauty has pushed them out of my collection, and Rare Beauty is now officially cruelty-free. It's lovely. So then I enjoyed very much the soft matte tinted lip balms, and unfortunately all of the colors are in this silver packaging, but they were very light on the lips, felt very balmy, and instead of an applicator, they came in a regular bullet, and I have two shades that have survived. I have Unrestricted and Whiplash. Now, Unrestricted is still available. There's 5 shades of these, and they go on like a balm, very smooth and creamy, but they are pretty matte, and they do transfer some, but you're left with a nice color, and it lasts fairly long. It's not supposed to be long lasting, but it's super easy to reapply. So it's not my lips but better, but it's pretty much my lips but slightly cooler. I mean, in tone, not that like, hey, my lips are cooler, but and this is the Whiplash that I got in a darker color. There are 5 shades of these, and again, they're all in lovely beigey nudes for different skin tones. So these are still available on the Sephora website. You can find these. So these are matte, go on like a balm, dry down, they don't feel like anything, and you get a decent wear time out of them, but they're not transfer proof or anything like that. But the thing is, after a while, you don't have anything balmy to transfer. It's just a nice matte color, and it's very soft. So you don't really have to worry about getting messy. Now, this is the one that got me. Now, all of the packages reflect the color that the lip color is, which in my collection, that's really handy because in the case of these guys, they're all just silver. They're beautiful. But yeah, you have to store them this way and be able to see what the writing is on them to be able to tell what the shade is. But these guys are all true to shade. And so I bought Killer Queen. I thought that the shade was going to be a great one for me, and I loved the title. I mean, who can resist Killer Queen? So these are in that shade, the small bullet, the rounded. And I'm going to apply this for you so you can see it on. And then we're going to talk about the claims and how it went. So anyway, this is Killer Queen. Let me pull out a mirror. I've pulled out all of my holiday stuff. So my friend Z and I were going shopping and I had to see what I already had for holiday stuff, so I didn't buy things like it. We did really good. So here we go. This is Killer Queen. Now, as you may have noticed, bam, color payoff. There are 12 shades. They're fantastic shade range as far as like having fun colors to play with, for some deep reds, burgundies, to things that are almost like a brown black, to a lighter pink. Now this is already drying down. It went on cream like a lipstick. And I really do like the NARS lipstick formulas, so I like the feel of that. So, and it's not getting tacky like some of the other long wearing lip shades. If you've tried those, there's a lot of mwah to it. This does not have this. Has maybe just a tiny, but otherwise it feels pretty quickly just like a matte drying down. So the good and the bad. Now, these colors are beautiful. They have some really pretty shades. The bullet, as you can see, that shape of that bullet makes it really easy to do a, down and dirty quick swipe of the lips and you're good to go. Even though it's a dark color, it's pretty easy to just swipe on. I don't even use a lip liner, but I could. The thing is, with all of these, any of the long wearing transfer proof colors that you use, try not to use a lip liner beforehand, because that impedes the color, the action of it sticking to your lips. And so those portions that you've lined and then colored over will often transfer. And that's just if you have a hard time applying dark lip color without a lip line to go to, you can do that, but just know that you're not going to get that amazing transfer proof item. Now, for this one, I don't have to wait too long for the transfer proof to kick in. It's not like you need a 10-minute dry down. When you do the transfer test at first, you might get some emollients, not color, and I'm gonna show you in a minute. You probably will not get color. You'll get just a little trace of emollients, and then after that, there's nothing. If you go a little heavy in certain spots, you may get a light transfer of that. And so what you would want to do is apply it, wait just a bit, do the transfer proof test to get any little bit that's going to be hanging out, so it's off, and then you should be good. Now, you can drink water, you can drink liquids for a little bit. If you have coffee and you have like a very fatty, creamy sort of thing that goes in it, like if you put heavy cream, that can start affecting this. But otherwise you can drink some, you can eat a little bit, but this product claims a 10-hour wear. No, and no, it is not, it will not. Even if you are very dedicated to not really eating anything for 10 hours, if you're doing a cleanse or a fast, it's gonna wear. But in that case, it'll wear pretty well. If you start eating things, it'll start wearing a little bit from the center. Now, it's not ugly, gross like with liquid lipstick where it all just peels off and looks weird and crunchy. It just starts wearing. And the deeper the color you have, the more you're going to notice that. It does reapply really easily over itself, so reapplying doesn't hurt it a bit. It doesn't make it look weird and like layered, thick, gross weirdness, so you can reapply pretty easily. But so the first day I wore it, it was starting to wear, and then I had dinner and I had a salad with olive oil and some lovely like 12-year aged balsamic. But it just devastated it. It was just like, and all of it was off. Like I had tapped, you know, my mouth with a napkin, and it's just like, you know, like all of it was wearing off, and I had this kind of a little bit of color on the outside of it. So it's not going to be resistant to any kind of fat. So you cannot put a lip oil on top of this. You cannot eat anything that's oily. You cannot even, like I said, if your coffee has heavy cream in it, that's going to start wearing it. But let me show you the hand test. Okay, so that, you know, you can see, like if we do it this way, you can see my old lipstick on there. Let me do this hand so it's not, those were the swatches of my other ones. Okay, you can see there. And again, you want to apply this to a dry bare lip, but you can see I'm getting some transfer. But after this, like the second one, you're not getting a lot, and there's still a good color payoff. So you can really, you know, think about this being a 4-hour matte lip product that looks great. The color looks beautiful. You're gonna have just a little bit of transfer at first. You can transfer off that, and then you should be good. As soon as you start eating anything with fats or deep emollients to it, it's gonna wear off, and you're gonna need to reapply. So it looks great. It has that matte look. It is not at all tacky feeling. It feels really not, it feels mostly like it's not there. I feel like I'm just a titch drier than I would be with my normal lip, but not much. It's very, very comfortable. But like if I was just sitting here, usually the way that feels, I like, oh, I need a lip balm or a lip gloss. But if your lips don't tend to be dry and you don't tend to feel that way, you're gonna really like this. It looks nice, the colors are great, goes on easily, feels good. Again, do your transfer. Let that first initial part transfer off, and then you're pretty good. You're not gonna have to worry about, you know, too much damage if you're kissing things and drinking things. You know, because if I go into my coffee now, that's what we're looking at. Just a wee bit, but it's not terrible for this red of a color. I'm not upset about that. You know, I'm not upset about just having a wee little bit. And again, the more that I touch things or do things, the less of that there's going to be. But I'm still getting a great color payoff. But not 10 hours. Is not resistant to eating and food, especially anything remotely resembling grease or oil. And you are going to want to reapply it. It does reapply without being too gross and globby. You know, some of those things that if you try and reapply it, it gets globby. This does not do that. And it looks fabulous. I really like it. So I'm happy with the purchase. I'm just going to have my expectations at a certain level. If I'm going to be out and about, I will take this with me. It does reapply really easily. The bullet makes it pretty easy to do. I could probably do it without a mirror and not kill myself or have clown lips on. So I feel like it's definitely something that you could take with you and still get a good look with that. So do I recommend it? Yes. I do like it. I like the color. I you know, have that genuine hope that one day, you know, NARS will go back to the, you know, we don't need to be sold in stores in mainland China. But if not, I'm sure I'm still on the hunt for colors that I like, with formulas that I like, that give me that payoff that I love. So I'm still on the hunt. We'll see if this is something like the the rare beauty that supplanted the Air Matte for me. And until then, I'm not going to, you know, collect all the colors, because I don't want to do that. I don't want to, you know, I want to see how the formula is, how I love it, and is there something else out there that I can try that will make me just as happy. So anyway, this is Monica with M is 4. This is your latest NARS update. Killer Queen. Love it. So let me know what you think in the comments, and if you have some suggestions of lovely items that are gonna perform like this, look like this, but you know, don't torture bunnies. So anyway, love you guys. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.